Alright.
Ah, you caught the mug. Ah, that's cool.
How's it going, guys? How's it going, Jay? Got my Louder Crowder mug. Yeah, the other day, just been using this. It's
Nice.
looking like a whore under the bridge.
Okay, that's a little TMI there.
A little
but,
bit, it's been fun. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Zach's trying on a new thing. He just got back at the gym. He left his sweatband,
well, no,
uh,
see, you got your mug, and I got my guns in. So
yeah, I heard that you wanted to be the new Chad Gable.
who?
Exactly. See,
Who's Chad
you
Gable?
just gotta just go with it. Just gotta say yes.
Some 80s movie star.
No,
I don't
Zach, you're just no. But
Oh, he's a wrestler. Of course he is.
he has a Kurt Angle, the leotard he wears.
This isn't a leotard. This is a tank top.
we can't tell off screen, and please don't stand up.
I'm not gonna stand up.
All right, but been a fun week, without Zach, and now Zach's back, and we'll see how it goes.
Don't worry. Hey, look, it was a fun week without you too, Bankman.
Look, he's got moonshine and he's got a tank top on.
That's right. This was a moonshine glass, actually. It wasn't mine. It was my sister's.
Last week we had Eric Breen jump in and helped. We did a top 10.
How many? Wait, did Breen get 5 books, or did he get like 2 and you made?
We had 3 books, but I did a top 10. Top 10 books from my pull list.
Okay.
Just coming out. Even had Firepower on there too as well.
Oh.
So you have to go and check out that, and then see how much it changed on Thursday. Fun. But I honestly hope everybody in Florida and Tampa Bay and kind of in the area over there, I hope you guys are safe. If not, please upload videos because I want to watch the destruction.
They are fun to watch. They are. It's like watching. So you know how like those dash cam videos of like car accidents. My dad loves to watch those for some reason. It's kind of like that with hurricanes. Like I love watching wind just like blow a car across the street.
You know those car accidents, the GoPro cam where the guy dies. I love watching those guys. Says, "Oh shit."
I don't know why my dad likes them, but he like finds one. He has to come. He has to show me. He shows me on his phone all the time. I'm like, Dad, what are you doing?
Look at this guy. This guy's street pizza. You can see the impact where his skull. This goes right through the window.
I say this, but when I was a kid, I used to run out in the hurricanes and play. So I don't know what's worse.
How's it going, Geek Easy? Showing up on Tuesday. Check out Geek Easy Thursdays on here on 8 p.m. Central. Well, we do our best of the week. All right, let's go on to Ash. Ash is here too. Obviously, Marania, he's got her apples ready. Ash is praising God. Okay.
I told him patience is a virtue.
Oh, okay. I was just like, there's just randomly, I'm like, it's okay to do it. I was just like, what?
Nothing. It just cracked me up. The delivery.
It's just kind of random for me. It's like I don't really see that in my chat where people are like, praise God. I'm like, okay, I'm not against it. and Ash says he's got 1 comic. I wish I was able to only have 1 comic, but unfortunately I do a thing called Tuesdays and Thursdays here, which is basically the new books coming out. So
you technically could still do a top 5. It would just be the top 5 you think would be the best ones. You don't have to
sure. But it's like, but I kind of like doing the follow-up stream. It shows that I actually, it's like that I actually care about the new books, and some of the books I'm getting. Plus, I love showing off. The best part about comic book channels is the show and tell. Whether it's new comic books are showing off or the back books, back issues. And I
actually picked up some when I was over in Destin. I went to an Ollie's and got some floppies, so I'll be showing those off later. this week, not tonight.
Ed Burr says he's north of Tampa, about 10 miles from the Gulf. Everything's cool here.
Oh, no. Yeah, I looked over in Destin where I was last week, and it's not even raining over there. It's like partially cloudy, but it seems like it's a really nice night over there.
Yeah. All right, let's get right into this. All right, so did you go? I think you went first last time.
It's 2 weeks. My memory doesn't go that far back. It's your show, sir. I'm just the.
You're just the guy here showing the. You're the ratings.
You're Conan O'Brien, and I'm Andy. What's his name?
Andy Richter.
Richter, that's his name. I wanted to say Garcia. I knew it wasn't the right guy, but I wanted to say Andy Garcia.
All right, Andy Garcia. I guess he's a supporting actor. He's not a lead actor. You know?
All right, kinda.
All right, starting with my number 10. We're going with Deadpool: Better Blood. Number 3. I never like Deadpool. I can't stand him, but at least it's being written by the guy he created him, Rob Liefeld. And you're like, oh no, he can't draw feet. Great, thanks for saying something I've heard millions of times. Be original.
Why do you like feet so much? Are you like a feet fetishist person?
Yeah. Why are you gonna have perfect feet?
That's what I'm gonna start saying, because a lot of people talk about feet.
I'd rather have characters. I'll have peg legs. Make it original. No. Anyway, been having fun with this, and you're like, oh, great, Venom, more Venom pool now here. So I never really understood the people who write these things here, because they are not funny at all. It just feels like you have like your grandparent coming here and like trying to like, hey kids, wanna look at this? You know,
you're talking about the way the synopsis are
the synopsis. It just feels like someone who's just like never read a comic book is just kind of like,
you can tell they're trying to copy like Stan Lee's showmanship, but they just don't get it. Yeah, definitely.
But here's the Liefeld variant right here too, and there's no feet in here. But you know what? I'm not looking at feet when I look at characters. It's this weird kind of, you guys got a feet fetish.
That's right. He's looking at the crotch.
I'm more apart with the story. And as far as the effort he actually puts into it, Liefeld, I'll take Liefeld over any other writer currently at Marvel.
Over McKay?
I love Jed McKay, but I feel like Liefeld is just more passionate about it.
Yeah, he does have like what's his name? Todd McFarlane. He kind of has a similar energy to Todd McFarlane. So not as much as Mark Millar though.
Yeah, but
I feel like Mark Millar has.
So we're gonna have Zabu here. He's gonna be at this as well, and you've had Wolverine teaming up with him as well too.
Yeah, that's not new.
Yeah.
Show me Deadpool teaming up with Cyclops. That's what I want to see. I want to see straight-laced Boy Scout Cyclops teaming up with Deadpool. That's what I want. Wolverine, bleh. They both regenerate. Whoop-de-doo. I want to see personality clashes. Dang it.
So this goes on. Rob has been writing this. This story goes back. Started in X-Force. It's kind of like a throwback story where it started. And now it's the present. We find out that this other giant, like a Deadpool character, was actually a childhood friend of Wade's. That was that looked up to Wade and was offered the same kind of thing. He went and now he basically is trying to take over. Madripoor, I think it was.
Madripoor, yeah.
Madripoor, and they're trying a whole new. Their bit is world domination. He's teaming up with other villains, and so Wolverine was called in. I forgot who the other character, Cable as well. They all three of them are teaming up, and Wade wants to save his friend. He doesn't want to kill his friend because he thinks he's innocent. So we're actually seeing a different side of Wade. He's not as zany, I guess, cringe as you've seen him in the past 20 years. Rob writes him a little more serious. It's not just like
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't written super crazy or like cringy funny in that Uncanny Avengers book that I read. Yep. He had like one or two little joke lines, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, he's not going over where he's putting on a dress and flirting with Wolverine, but he does tease Wolverine. He's like, "Oh, I love your claws. What do you use to clean those? Stuff like that." It's like, he's like, "Oh, those got to be a bitch every time those come out," and it's like, just stupid little quips, and yeah, he is basically he's Spider-Man, but if Spider-Man was a Punisher, the What If, you saw it. So quips and violence. Yeah, so that's my number 5. It's slim pickings this week, man.
It's very slim.
Yeah.
Remember the end of the month used to be like the big smorgasbord, like here's all the books. August,
right.
August
right.
is
right.
not the case. All right, my number 5. I pulled an audible like 2 minutes before we aired. I decided to pull a switcheroo. My number 5 is a book that I didn't have on my pull list originally. And then I thought about it. I was like, I'm going to add this in there. And I'm going to put it at number 5. Action Comics presents Doomsday Special number 1.
Oh, Dan Watters.
We were talking about this briefly last night about Dan Watters.
$6.
A name that I do not know. But, and at first I was like, Doomsday. Okay, sure. Let's oversaturate him. But I got to say, the plot kind of intrigues me. It's like Doomsday is now like the king of hell. He finds himself being like the king of hell. And I don't know, something about that just kind of, I don't know. I kind of dig it.
Holy crap.
That's a pretty, right? That's a
if
pretty
only he was that big originally in the comic books, I could see why he was able to kill Superman.
That's a pretty sweet cover. But yeah, no, we also get Supergirl. We get Martian Manhunter, which I'm also excited about because I haven't seen Martian Manhunter in a DC book in a while. So it's mainly going to be the two of them, I believe, fighting Doomsday or trying to keep Doomsday from breaching.
I never noticed this, because I saw the other cover where she has tattoos on them. I didn't realize these are the temporary tattoos right here. This is before, and then you get the after.
I remember temporary tattoos.
Well, see? I was like, why is she tattoos? And then I realized they're temporary tattoos because, she can't. Yeah. But I mean, it's like, when I see this, it's like, I see the guy, if you see the one guy is at Walt Disney and he has all the characters tattooed on his body. It's like the point where it's like, all right, I guess that's what you wanted to be. It's just like, I just hope you never get out of shape, But
yeah. It looks like it could be cool. Now, like I said, I have no idea Dan Watters, like what his credits list is. It looks like he wrote some stuff for Sandman, just a bunch of little different things. He wrote that Cowboy Bebop comic that you were loving.
Yeah, that was a fun book.
Titan Books. Yeah, he did write that.
And it captured I gotta say, it did capture the feeling of the anime.
See, and that's cool, but here's the thing. Doomsday is not Cowboy Bebop. So I'm a little trepidatious on how well this goes over.
I agree. And Doomsday is one of those characters I feel like everybody complains about Harley Quinn and Deadpool. It just feels like Doomsday is just getting a lot of books coming out now. Not as much as Batman, but he's been popping up. We saw him in Superman and Lois Lane.
He's more like Thanos. Remember, like Thanos used to be like this really big, because he used to be a threat, and then as soon as the MCU introduced him, he started popping up all over the place. And it's kind of like, dude, you don't mean anything anymore. Doomsday's kind of like that.
Are you getting this cover, the Dan Jurgens?
The Dan Jurgens one does look nice. I really like that one you were showing where he's like 5 times the size of Superman.
Oh, that one, the puppet. Yeah, that's the Puppeteer.
Puppeteer Lee. Yeah. I really dig that one. That one's got a nice, like, epic feel to it. It reminds me of, like, that scene in Star Wars with, like, the Rancor.
Oh, yeah.
Skywalker.
He's got the...
Which I dig. I like that scene. So I'm going to try to get that one if my LCS has it. But, yeah, the Dan Jurgens cover is nice. I like the Supergirl with the tatted sleeves, but I don't know that my shop will have it. If my shop does get that one, I tell you, they're going to sell it for, like, $50.
So when I first read it, it's like he's in the depths of hell. I'm thinking like, well, like that's kind of weird. But then we're thinking about John Constantine's gone to hell. They have all these, like you got Etrigan. You know, it would have been fun to have Etrigan in this. At least he has a reason how they get him into hell. You know,
maybe. So yeah, synopsis is he's in hell and he thinks he's found a way to come back from it. And so Supergirl and John Jones are going to try to keep him from coming back. Now here's some cool stuff. There is going to be I think they're planting a seed here about the next big Superman story that's coming down the line. And then also they're going to show it says the return of Bloodwind, which for those of you who haven't read Dan Jurgens' Justice League, Bloodwind was a pretty cool character. Who's actually John Jones. This is
interesting. DC remembered First the Fallen, John Constantine, Hellblazer, Vertigo. This is because this is the character they created because they couldn't use Lucifer because Sandman was already using it. So I'm like, oh my gosh, they actually remembered that this character exists. But
I'm sure they were like, hey, we're gonna be in hell. We need a
swap out these two. Swap out these two for someone else.
Leave the twins alone. The twins are good.
Leave the twins in hell with Doomsday. They can.
I like the twins. The twins can stay. Get rid of John. John's not even on there, so it's another win.
Get rid of the twins and just have John de-age back to normal.
That's never gonna happen. Sorry, the twins are here, and John is old.
You know what? In 30 years, the twins will probably be gone.
Who can say? I got Crypto, and I've got Supergirl and Martian Manhunter. I'm happy right there.
Just like Barry's kids.
Barry. We don't talk about Barry. Wally is the superior Flash, and then Jay, and then Barry.
Look, it's the Tom Tiller version.
John Bogdanova. Oh, yeah. That one looked weird. I looked at it for a second. I was like, oh, it's like a heavy metal inspired cover. It's not very.
He's bringing up Wonder Twins. Bring those twins back.
No.
The last time we saw those twins, they were horribly.
It was that weird. Wasn't that a Bendis book?
No. I'm talking about even more recent. DC versus Vampires.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Where it was like the boy died and then the girl became this Van Helsing.
Yeah. Matthew Rosenberg.
Rosenberg. I just remember they had their own title for a minute, and there was this thing about how their home planet, everybody got it on with everybody. It was really weird.
It just sucks because this is the Lucio Perillo variant, and Lucio Perillo would normally do something like this. You do the puppeteer one. He normally would have a giant, creature. This looks more like a Lucio Perillo than the other one. I think he just phoned it in for the other one.
Yeah, maybe. That's the one I really want, though. But anyway, that is my number 5. Like I said, kind of calling an audible on this, and I'm hoping it turns out good. I really do. It sounds like it could be good. Hopefully, this ends up being the better half of DC stuff and not the worser half. So. I like that title, He Who Rules, and the way it's worded.
So that's what's going on. There's this backup feature also featuring Bloodwind, Superman for Hell. Okay.
Bloodwind, yep.
So he's doing 2 stories.
Yeah. Not just looks like it.
I thought back in the day it would just give you one giant story.
He's kind of got a Predator vibe too, with the skull and everything, and it's still kind of got fleshy bits on it.
I would say more like the game Doom.
Yeah, Doom. I could see Doom.
It's the skulls, yeah. But I just want this as a statue. I didn't want that.
That would actually be a pretty rad statue, actually.
And at the bottom, that skull down there is a Superman skull.
Superman cape, yeah.
Yeah, the capes of and all the Justice League at the bottom. That'd be kind of cool. But hopefully it's $5.99 for 48 pages. It's Dan Watters. You're getting a good writer. You're not getting Tom King or Tom Taylor on this crap. Or someone else or Jody Houser. You're getting someone who actually probably has a better chance to understand the character. But yeah, hope it works so well.
Yeah.
Hello to Alfred Page, creator of Blowtorch Bad Roads.
Oh.
Must be an indie book and Kickstarter.
Maranya is correcting me. I thought Bloodwind was just an alter ego for Martian Manhunter. Apparently, there was actually a Bloodwind that Martian Manhunter impersonated. So I stand corrected.
All right, go to my number 4 for this week, and I might get some flack for how low this is on my pull list.
Get your apples ready, people.
Considering that it's number 3 in the row right here. Must be a slow week comics if Ultimate Invasion is at number 3. Because normally they put the good books at the bottom.
No. The popular ones are at the front.
Yeah, but the ones that should be at the top are usually put at the bottom. I feel the more popular ones are.
What if the customers are getting smarter and moving them up from the bottom?
You mean they're actually realizing that Marvel only has like a few good titles and the rest is just shit?
Who knows?
If that's the case, then Catwoman should always be at the bottom.
Catwoman sells for one reason.
City Boy, Catwoman. What was the other one? Spirit, whatever, Hunter.
Spirit World.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. All those horrible mid books.
Have you read Spirit World?
I read the first 2 issues. It's nothing to write home about. It is basically like, oh look, someone on Tumblr created a book. Ultimate Invasion, though, Jonathan Hickman, worthy of praise. If you've never read Hickman's stuff over at Marvel, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Big disservice.
Our late friend Curtis, aka Skip and Tosh, was with you and Ash at Comics, had been doing on his Switch channel. You guys were going through all the Hickman stuff. You guys went through Avengers, right?
No, we never got to Avengers. We did Fantastic Four. We did his Ultimate stuff, which he did several Ultimates.
That's what was Ultimates, yeah.
And then we were going through Secret Warriors, which was his spy espionage story, which I think you would really dig.
Yeah.
We didn't get up to the Avengers and Secret Wars yet. One day soon, though, hopefully.
So it looks like we already got variants on here as it is. And if you haven't been following this, the Maker's been going to different Earths and pretty much been crafting his own world, his own version, his perfect world. And so this looks like an Iron Man combined with Destroyer.
I think that's Silver Samurai.
You think that's Silver Samurai?
I think it's a Silver Samurai.
You know what? You might be right because he has the sword here.
Yeah,
it's just a weird angle though. It's like
it's a different look. He normally has like the samurai helmet too, so it's a different helmet.
Yeah. So, Colossus with the beard. A really wimpy looking Omega Red. It's so weird seeing Magic here too because you think Ultimate Invasion like Magic wasn't around. Bald Hulk. But overall, the Maker it's been one of those characters that since he was made in Ultimate Universe, he came to the main universe. He's been kind of like ignored, He was one of those characters propped up as like one of the best villains, and over at during the Ultimate Universe. And the last person before Hickman even started using this character, the user actually take respect for the character was Donny Cates in Venom. He had him pop up in there, and he got himself his own symbiote. But anyway, Dr. Doom, the Anti-Maker, prepares his own plans to deal with this evil Reed Richards and the Ultimate Universe that the Maker thought he had rebuilt phrase at the edges and prepared as they prepare for a cosmic war. Iron Man having a heart-to-heart with Tony Stark. Yeah, and you might be confused because, they show Ultimate down there, but, and this is a spoiler for anybody who hasn't been reading this, I'm going to let Jerry know, Howard Stark is involved in this. I'm not going to say how, but he's in here. But obviously going through multiple Earths, people are like, we're sick of the multiverse. Multiverse isn't bad if you actually have someone who actually knows how to write it.
That's true. And Hickman is one of the few.
Yeah,
I think that can do some good.
Honestly, I can't think of another one that actually knows what they're doing when it comes to the multiverse. Hickman is pretty much the only one I think of. I mean, that's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this. 36 pages. Now this is $6. This is my most expensive book this week.
It is a pricey book. That's true.
But I think it's actually but it's not my top Marvel book this week. I actually have 3 Marvel books this week. Last week, I don't think I had I didn't have any. Not that I think of it.
I have one Marvel book this week.
You should if not just one or not like getting this. You should have another book, and I'll be talking about it later in a couple minutes.
I can't think of what it would be, but okay.
All right.
Okay.
Some motherfuckers just want to skate uphill.
It's good leg exercise. My number 4. I'm gonna go over not Marvel. My number 4 is another DC book. The other DC. So I have 2 DC books this week. One was the Doomsday. The other one, it's over, everybody. Night Terrors, Nights In. Number 1. Why do they number it? It's a one shot. You don't need to number your one shots. But this is the finale. That just irked me a little bit. This is it. Night Terrors is over. Everybody that was holding off on buying DC books because of the Night Terrors, you can come home now. It's okay.
That's me. That's pretty much me. It's like, yay, Green Lantern can start this month.
Green Lantern was awesome. So was the Zatanna and Robot Man one.
I'm just maybe it was. I'm just sick of events interrupting the plots I want to see finish.
It wasn't interrupting. It was like a minor speed bump. And it was the Green Lantern was the best issue of Green Lantern. Granted, we only had 3, but it was the best issue of Green Lantern so far. But anyway, I digress. This is the finale. The world's heroes have woken up from their nightmares, or they're getting ready to wake up from their nightmares. And Deadman, who has kind of been our lead hero through this whole thing, he's confronting this brand new villain. I think this is like his first appearance. His name is Dr. Hate. Get it? Because it sounds like Dr. Fate. And it kind of ties in with like there was like that black helmet of Fate, kind of, that Peacemaker found in some issue.
DC's got their own hate monger now?
I guess so. I'm going to read and find out. But yeah, this is Joshua Williamson writing. Y'all know I like Joshua Williamson. Some people, his books range. Some of them are top tier. Like his Flash run is great. His Robin book was great. I've been liking his Green Arrow. His Superman is outstanding so far. But then he's had other ones like Dark Knights. What was it? Dark Crisis was kind of floundering. Different people had different opinions on Night Terrors, but that's kind of a gross one, but in a cool way. But yeah, and then you have Howard Porter doing the art, which I kind of dig his art style.
And you're wondering what his art looks like?
Is cover A is his art style. That's just cover A, but with a different color job.
I'm just saying, this guy is pretty good for horror art.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That just looks. I'm not usually a fan for like weird color like this, but it actually fits because of the way it's horrific is all.
Mm-hmm. I do like that color scheme is pretty cool. I'm probably just gonna stick with the cover A because it's already a $6 book, so why add more to it?
This is the blacklight one, isn't it?
Maybe.
No, it's a neon.
Neon ink. Yeah. You do also have the Miko Suyin cardstock, which is cover G.
The Dan Mora.
See, this one, I don't care for these where it does like this kind of concept art cover. I don't care for those so much. I know it's Dan Mora.
Why isn't concept art like this is a giant poster? All of it.
Or just put it in the back of the book. Like, back in the day, like, that's what you did with concept
You have a dossier or something like that. Here's a character.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, you're gonna have your main characters: Batman, Robin, Deadman, Supergirl, Detective Chimp. You're gonna have various Justice Leaguers and everybody making supporting roles and cameos.
This is the stuff I don't like. How great this is.
Yeah, that's really I don't understand that one.
This is like
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Batman or someone.
So it's Deadman and Batman merged. So Deadman has been like inhabiting Batman's body through most of the story because that's what he does. But I don't get like what's going on.
Did Batman allow him to?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, because
at first he didn't. At first he didn't, but then I think he allowed it afterwards.
because they've done that in the Batman Adventures Continue, where Deadman like tried to have his body, and Batman just got pissed. He tried to do it a second time. He's like, no.
Yeah.
He took it by surprise, but the second time he couldn't get in. He's like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, you're not getting in. Like,
but anyway,
yeah.
But yeah. So this is my number 4. My other DC book of the week. Night Terrors is over. We can all go back to our regularly scheduled comic book titles. So yeah.
You're spending a lot this week. This is another $6 book for you.
Yeah, but this. Oh god! Actually, I mean, the way my comics are, like I'm only getting $5.
You're getting the Ultimate Invasion. I guarantee you're probably getting that, which is a $6 book. And then having this another $6 book, it's like,
yeah.
I remember you're on a budget. You're like, I'm gonna drop these books here, and then you go for the miniseries.
So, like, without a discount, it comes out to like $28, but I also get like a 20% off discount too because I have a pull list.
That helps a lot.
That helps. So I'll be like a couple of dollars over. This is also why I stick with cover A's most of the time. I don't go for a lot of the variants.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that I buy a lot of books here. You see it on Thursday nights. You're like, holy crap, Bankman just bought a whole short box.
Yeah.
I get the 20% discount at my main shop, so the more I spend, the more I save. Yeah. So I look at that. Plus, I don't buy all new books. I buy a lot of back issues too. Is what that it's basically anything that's even on the wall, like the expensive books, like $70 book, I can get it for like $50 with my discount, which is nice.
Nice,
but
very cool.
Yeah, nobody has that though. You go to your shop, but I think it's your shop. You said they have it's on the shelf. It's already bagged and boarded.
Yeah, so mine they already come, if they're on the racks, they already come with a bag and a board.
You are so freaking lucky. I gotta buy my bags and boards separate.
And then also I have a pull list, right? So most of my books are on my pull list. So like I get like the ongoings, like Green Lantern or Scorched or whatever. So those I get a board and bag with for free too. So I don't pay for bags and boards.
I wouldn't be surprised if some shops are like, "You'll give you a bag and board," and they raise the price on it, and then you're like, "You 20%," brings down the same price. It's supposed to be $5.99.
I have been to shops that actually did that, where it's like, okay, it's like a dime or 25. It wasn't a lot, but it's like you guys charge for your boards, because there was that whole bag and board shortage a few years ago. I don't know if it's still going on.
They do poster comic books because my shop has it. They have I've seen the Batcat one. I haven't seen the Night Terrors yet, but I've seen some of the newer books via posters, and I'm just thinking like, man, bring back the old posters from the 90s and like in the 80s. Like I would love to have that. Like the posters you want to have, are no longer in print.
I would like some retro posters, like some 80s or 90s styled.
They'll always have the Alex Ross ones, the banner stuff.
The Alex Ross ones are okay. I like those.
The one I want to get is the 2006 Justice League, that wide thing where they have all the team. Remember they have all lined up.
Oh yeah. Where it's there's the lineup and then it shows in the background all the different eras.
Yeah.
That is a cool.
I'm not sure if it was ever a poster, but that'd be awesome to have.
I think it was. I know. I remember seeing it because you're talking about the one that Ed Benes did the art for.
Yes. I want a lot of the older stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or a Jeff Johns. I'm pretty sure you could probably find like Blackest Night or Whitest Night posters. But I'm sure like that.
I'm sure.
The thing I don't like is you see a lot of posters. It's like all it is a blue and then it has the Superman symbol on it, or it's black and it has the Batman.
The minimalist, yeah.
It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
they
I could draw that.
I could just download it, slap it on another poster. There you go. But yeah, Night Terrors, 47 issues, all the way through. I'll say the only Night Terrors things I read in was the Shazam by Dan Mora and Mark Waid. Otherwise,
the Shazam one was okay. It was all right. It wasn't even it was not my favorite one. I think the Green Lantern and the Zatanna one were way better. I didn't even read any. I didn't read the Superman. I didn't read the Detective Comics. I didn't read the Flash. I started to read the Flash, but it was about Barry and not Wally. So.
Dave, I don't think I have a Staples around anymore. I think they went on that business.
I thought Staples did.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Circuit City.
Or is it Office Max or Office Depot?
Office Depot is still around because I still have one by me.
Staples might be only around for like contractor, like for like stores, big contracts. I don't think they have any retail stores you can walk in. At least not in my area. But I have my own printer, and I have I print off my own 8x10s, but cost money. All right, go to my number. Oh, go to my number 3. We gotta hurry this up. We've been going I'm like only on number 3.
Yeah, we've been doing that like 2 live streams now. We're just like drag our feet, just like shooting the breeze.
If only Trusty was here, he enjoyed this. My number 3 is a book that I've been just enjoying it, and it's I admit I have nostalgia bias when it comes to this book. Growing up, watching the show. Let me scroll down here. It is actually Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures number 4. I just love this, man. Eric Burnham, Dan Schoening, who did the Ghostbusters or IDW along with Eric Burnham. Great team, finesse guy. Both are fun to talk to on Twitter or any social media they have. I mainly talk on Twitter, but yeah, and I just had a blast with this. They captured the feel of the actual cartoon, and unlike the G.I. Joe ones, there's no weird like moral things at the end. It's like, oh, we know you do this.
Weird moral things. That's half of what made G.I. Joe.
No. When I say weird though, because the G.I. Joe one, they had Saturday Morning Cartoon Adventures. Remember the G.I. Joe one?
Oh, I remember.
It was anti-MAGA.
It was anti-MAGA. Are you going to write something criticizing someone on the internet? You shouldn't do that. I remember. Trust me.
If you have something to say that someone doesn't agree with, you should shut your mouth.
Comply, bigot.
Right. Don't ever speak up. That's what makes us human. We're not. If we all agreed, it would be boring.
It would be so boring.
Yes. I mean, you can convey your thoughts. Just don't revert the name calling and being just downright spiteful. Especially we say like, oh, politics, and like I'm not going to get into politics on here because it is too much drama. But I'll just say this: if you vote for someone and someone doesn't agree with you, that's their right to not disagree with you. But
that's
anyway,
yeah.
Anyway, what's up, Angry? Hello. What else we got? Eloise. Hello. Looks like we got Bebop Rock City jumped in here saying Jake. I'm not sure what he means by that. Yeah. That's anyone else that's new has jumped in yet. But thank you guys for tuning and watching us. I know we're not that entertaining, but we're good for background music, or noise.
Speak for yourself. I'm plenty entertaining. I'm a delight, sir.
They're all this. There's all this memorized. They're like, dude, you see, Zach's got his guns out.
Yeah, I'm sure. What was it? Remember, like back in the day, like way back in the day, when I actually had puppets and like I would be on here with the puppets regularly. There'd be like that one guy. What shirt is Zach wearing today? It was so weird.
Guess what kind of pants is Zach's wearing? Is he wearing shorts?
No, we're not doing that game again. We're not playing that game again.
Or nothing at all.
I did not like that game.
If it's nothing at all, you won the no prize.
Is it my turn? I feel like it's my turn. All right, going to number 3.
It's true. All streamers have no legs.
You'll be proud of me for this one, Bigman. My number 3, I'm caving. I'm giving into peer pressure. Conan the Barbarian by Jim Zub.
Ooh, it's your number 3.
It's my number 3. I'm shocked myself. This is from Titan Books.
I'm shocked too.
Believe me, nobody is more surprised than me. This was not on my radar. And then issue 1 came out. And I was like, what the heck? It's not Marvel. Maybe it'll be good. Jim Zub can actually write really well when it's not for Marvel. Yeah, issue number 1 was really cool. It was really kind of a simple plot. Conan's out minding his business. He's leaving this band of merchants he was traveling with. Oh no, zombies! And oh no, lone warrior woman that is fighting the zombies. And so now Conan's teamed up with this woman who is name I think is Brissa. And so yeah, they're fighting this zombie horde. That's Archie. That's a nice homage. I like that.
Excuse me. It's called Homage. They changed it.
But they found out that these zombies are actually attacking Conan's homeland. So I assume that's where they're going in this issue. Maybe the next one.
I love this. I love these throwback kind of like covers like this.
The best cover, I'll tell you what the best cover is. The one that I'm hoping to find is cover C, the Zafino, right there in the middle. Yeah, that one is really cool.
We have a Zafino by us. It's a pizza place.
Can he draw like that?
I don't know. They make pizza.
That's really cool. But yeah, like I said, I did not have this on my radar at all. Read the first issue, and I was like, oh, dang, this is way better than what Marvel had.
Roberto Delatorre's art in this is really good.
Really good art by Roberto Delatorre. Absolutely amazing art. And really fun story. If you like, the whole barbarian sword sandals types of storytelling, which I'm starting to get more into.
Yeah,
this is a lot of fun. Yeah.
This is Delatorre's art.
Yeah. So that's what you're getting inside the book.
Yeah, I've just really been enjoying this. And I said, like, I've never been really a big Conan fan unless it's the movie with Arnold.
Yeah,
and this really feels like the Arnold movie. He doesn't speak that much, and now he's got to go against an army of the undead, and it's this mysterious woman comes, riding into town saying like, you need to leave, flee. He's like, what do you mean, woman? I fought many battles. I can take. And he's like, oh shit, this actually is different. They barely survive. Yeah.
This is better than the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh, you're
by far.
Oh my gosh, Zach, what is with you?
I'm sorry. The Arnold movies are not good. They're just not good.
I don't know what's wrong with you today.
The one scene is from. I think it's the second one. Is it the second one? It's where he punches a camel. That one, I was like, it's not even like a good scene. It's more like, haha, that's funny. Because they trained a camel to fall when Arnold punches it. I think it's the second movie. I don't know.
The first one has the snake in it.
They're so Earl Jones. Poor James Earl Jones, man. Poor Arnold. They got him into these terrible movies.
Wow. I mean, it only launched him onto the map as being a mega star.
No, Terminator launched him into
Terminator
being a
was
mega
a second.
star.
No, Conan was.
Terminator launched him. This one was just kind of like a little. Terminator was the star. So, anyway.
Conan only or Arnold movies in general. Yeah. Zach, why so angry? Because this guy hates Michelle Pfeiffer too. It's just the way he is.
Michelle Pfeiffer is just not that attractive.
What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? Well, apparently Zach will never understand because he doesn't like that movie.
What, Conan?
Yeah.
Or Batman Returns?
In fact, you don't even know the quotes from the movie, dumbass.
All right.
And you know what Batman Returns doesn't have? It's Mako.
No, but it had Michelle Pfeiffer. So I was
Michelle Pfeiffer with Arnold and Conan the Barbarian would have been epic.
No.
Yes.
Sorry. No. Anyway, that is my number 3.
Yeah.
Thank you for. If
you guys want to cancel Zach, you're more welcome to. Both sides are cool. Eat, I think his name on Twitter.
Your apples are delicious. Hit me with them.
Is that drinking apple cider?
No, Breen. I'm drinking iced coffee because I need a cold drink because it's hot outside, but I also need caffeine to keep me.
You should have your pinky extended so you fit in with those stuck-up Karens with their coffee.
Stuck-up Karens.
Yes. Anyway,
Karens don't drink coffee. They drink desserts with coffee names. Trust me.
Karens are fueled by rage. They only go to coffee houses to bitch.
I was a barista for 9 years. I know what Karens drink. Anyway.
Your blood.
They drink a lot of decaf when I was making their drinks. That's what they got. Can I get 2 extra shots? I can get 2 extra shots of decaf, lady. I hope you fall asleep at work. Anyway, that was terrible.
My number 2 is Blade this week. This is Brian Hill writing on this. I just been loving it. He was hired to basically talk into helping this girl, only to find out this girl is not what she seems. And now he has to basically try and stop everything. So this issue, he's going to Japan to meet with his high-end supernatural arms dealer, maybe the key to defeating Adina, basically the girl who's possessed, this demon. Basically because he accidentally thought she was a nice girl, but he unleashed this demon onto the world. Now he has to go and fight. Yeah, it's Brian Hill. Brian Hill has said in interviews, he said, like, well, I'm ignoring all that Blade's daughter bullshit they've been doing for the past 20 years. And he said this went back to basically we're on Wesley Snipes' Blade. If you liked Wesley Snipes' Blade, that's how Brian Hill writes him.
Which I'll give him credit for. That's got to be a not super popular opinion to have in the Marvel offices these days. Let's forget this new girl. Let's go back to the original, or
go back to the one that actually was popular.
The first superhero movie for Marvel, at least.
Yes,
like the first mainstream, the first modern one.
Not only this, is that Brian Hill. If you're looking for more stuff to read by him, I would check out Chariot. It's another fun indie book he did. But came out 2 years ago, I think it was. Very fun. I give respect to the guy. The guy knows what fans have been wanting. We've been getting all these other stories with these new watered down version of characters. I just want to see more Blade just being kind of like being badass, I always said the best version of Blade for me was not the British version. Sorry for those who like the original version of Tomb of Dracula. I like this version. I like the Wesley Snipes version take on it. And I love that Brian Hill is able to go in and just capture that feeling still, that same style. It's all. There's no MCU campy comedy like they put in the comic book system too. He's actually just giving us what we want. We're getting Blade. He's going around kicking ass. Chopping up people's heads. For those who remember the club scene. You get something similar to that in the first issue.
From the first movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get something similar to that, in this, and it's like it's just awesome. And that's what I want. I want someone who respects the character, is willing to just write the character and not add in their own self or insert beliefs as far as whatever is currently going on in politics. I don't care about Trump. I don't care about COVID. I don't want that in a book. I don't want any allegories for that bullshit. I want some evil white man who who has orange hair or that crap. I just want a good story, and a good story is where you actually focus on the character. You pay respect to his past. You bring in characters. You treat them with respect as you would if they were their own. If you're the one who created them. But hopefully, I mean, I'm not sure if this is going to be ongoing. It doesn't say if it's a miniseries, limited. But I want to have fun with this, and it's very rare for me to praise a Marvel book. Having Hickman, it's been a weird year. Hickman's back. I'm doing Ultimate Invasion, a limited series. Now we got a Blade with Brian Hill, or Brian Edward Hill, as you say. I think his middle name is. And then Jed McKay and Moon Knight. These are 3 books I normally would have not be talking about 20 years ago. You know what we talking about 20 years ago? Was Spider-Man. That was my main book of Marvel. Thor. I like that. From Walt Simonson all the way up to Siege. But yeah, check this out, man. Yes, everybody loves the club scene. It's epic 90s. Yep. Too many algors.
No, I'm okay.
Only if he's the one that's a vampire and he gets killed. I'm sorry.
I don't even want that. Even politics and stuff that I do like, I still don't want it in my story, because what it does, it dates the story. So years from now, if humanity survives, 50 years down the road, somebody's going to look back and they're going to watch, they're going to find a dusty old Blu-ray of Supergirl DVDs.
Do you know the only thing I'd allow in the Blade story, it'd be Keanu Reeves as a vampire.
No.
But Paul Rudd makes sense.
He's such a good guy. Oh, Paul Rudd, yes.
Paul Rudd and Keanu Reeves, because it explains why they have never aged.
But I don't want, because if you put politics in your story, somebody 100 years from now will read it and be like, "What are they talking about?"
But this isn't politics, though.
I know, but I'm adding on to what you were saying earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah. And
but anyway,
going back to the Stan Lee Spider-Mans, go and read those and get those references. I do recommend that you do read them with an adult who is around that age. That's why we read with Eric Breen on our readings, because he can actually tell us what happened that day, because he was living there back in the 60s.
That's right. He's like our very own time machine.
Yep.
Alrighty.
But dude, I've never had so much fun with a book and then Blade. I hope that number 2 just continues that feeling to the first one. I'm excited for this.
I hope it continues to go on. I hope it has like a little Moon Knight run where it gets to at least 20 issues.
I want Moon Knight versus Blade, and I want that moment like or Moon Knight goes Dracula. Where's my motherfucking money? You know, but I want that with Blade.
Dracula, you darn nerd. Where's my money? I love that meme.
But I want that kind of humor with Blade though, and it's like, and I want Moon Knight versus Blade. You know, and then they're forced to team up together or something like that.
A Moon Knight Blade team up could be entertaining. I could see that.
Blade, because the reason I say this is Jed MacKay just did a vampire story with Tigra and Moon Knight.
you have the black guy that hunts vampires at night, and then you have the guy that's dressed in all white, and his book is like the shiniest one in Marvel. It's like you can call it Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah. We call them twins.
Go ahead and cancel me, folks. That's it. I know. I'm done.
We just call them twins.
Crosshair right here. Anyway,
you and your twin.
Me and my twin. Rest in peace, twin. All right. Number 2, folks. My number 2 this week is another independent book. This one you might have heard of because it came out a while ago. It was an independent. It was a crowdfunded book at first, and it's finally getting like a retail release. This is from Sean Gordon Murphy, but it's not a Batman book. It's called The Plot Holes. And I remember seeing this as it was like crowdfunding, and I think it was on Kickstarter. It was right around the time I was kind of like getting interested in like Comicsgate, and I was backing some books, and because I had backed several, I didn't have a ton of money. I really wanted to back this one, but I couldn't at the time. So now I get like this second chance to get it and read it, and it sounds really, really cool. It's Sean Gordon Murphy takes these characters from different books or like unpublished books, and they have to like join forces to like beat a villain from another book. It looks like a really cool idea, kind of almost like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but way more stylized or more modern looking maybe. You've got like a manga character and like a comic strip character.
So listen to this. So this guy named Cliff, he basically realizes that his world isn't exact real life. In fact, it's complete fiction and literally exists inside a novel. And he's actually a comic book creator. So it's like he gets sucked into a world, a fantasy adventure and stuff like this. And he's teaming up with a manga samurai, a barbarian tiger, a kid from a comic strip, a vampire assassin. They basically try to save as many books as possible going through. It's like the love letter to basically it's kind of like to forgotten, character stuff. You're just basically a fan of just love letter to comics in general. Stories, short stories, big in fantasy.
Possibly, yeah. Like I said, I never read it originally, so I'm not sure the details of the plot, but it looks like a lot of fun. Plus, it's also drawn by Sean Gordon Murphy, so I know I'm in for a treat there because his art is just gorgeous.
It sounds similar to something epic in a sense, paying respect to comics and just
could be
fantasy and imagination.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like a lot of fun. It's not a $6 book either. It's only $4, so that's good.
But I remember him hyping this up on his Twitter account and stuff. I remember a couple of years. It was like probably 2017. No, actually no.
18 or 19.
19. I think it was 19
or 19. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I can't wait to read it. There are some fun covers. Walt Simonson has a cover. It's like an homage to his Beta Ray Bill cover. You've got Mike Mignola has a cover. There's a cover that looks like
Scalera's got one too.
Scalera's got one. There's a cover that looks like an old Sega Genesis video game cartridge, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's one that looks like Calvin and Hobbes, which I kind of want that.
Where did you see the Walt Simonson one?
That's right there.
Right there.
Yeah. That's the battle tiger looking guy.
The barbarian tiger.
Yeah. That's the same pose and everything.
He's a battle cat.
Yeah. But the one next to it was like Calvin and Hobbes. And that one looked like a lot of fun.
It almost like a Scotty Young.
Almost. Kind of like Scotty Young. I definitely think he's an influence there. The Scalera one's pretty cool.
This kind of reminds me of like an 80s attempt style.
Kinda.
The Lotus, and you have that.
The Mike Mignola one is also pretty cool.
Mike Mignola has like a couple of them.
I thought he just had the 1 in 10.
Well, I guess he has a black and white one here too. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a black and white. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 1 in 10.
So yeah, you got a couple cool covers here to choose from. I dig it. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Oh my gosh, it is Calvin Hobbes. Look at the little kid.
I told you, Calvin and Hobbes, man.
And then the Rocketeer or Dr. Fate combined.
I don't know who that guy is. I guess I'll have to read the book. I'll have to read the book and find out.
Look, a Wonder Woman character, but she has a fiddle, a violin.
Nice. She's the party bard, I guess.
And then you got the old lady with the gun.
The old lady gunslinger, the old Texas grandma. Yeah.
Some fantasy media. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's my number 2. Looks like it'll be a blast. I think that this will probably be the most fun book to read of the week. Not to say that the other 4 books aren't going to be good. I just think this looks like it'll be the most fun. So that's my number 2.
Yes, Al Gore did invent the internet, and Trump invented the sun. Go tweet that out.
He did. That's why it shines so brightly.
Yeah. Right. All right. So that is your number 2 for me. I'm gonna count down my book.
If you're one of those people like Ash who only has 1 book they're getting this week, this would be the time to put that in the chat. Let us know what book you're picking up.
I didn't see Undead Quinn.
I know. I didn't see him tonight either. I wonder if he's somewhere else. I hope
maybe he just didn't think you were going to be here tonight, so he didn't want to show up.
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right. He doesn't live in Florida, does he? He might be.
I don't know.
He might be battening down the hatches.
I don't know, man. I saw MK was in here too. MK.
That's true. I did see MK, yeah.
All right. So my number 5 this week was Deadpool. Badder Blood. And then we have number 4 was Ultimate Invasion. Number 3, as you saw earlier, it was TMT, Saturday Morning Cartoon Adventures. Number 2 was Blade. My number 1 for this week is a book that we already talked about. And I'm just saying it's very epic, and let's just say it's savage. Mm-hmm. It is Conan the Barbarian. Probably one of the best books being released right now. Honestly, I'm not a huge Conan. I've already said I'm not a huge Conan the Barbarian fan. Same with and I said the same thing when Dan Jurgens was writing Tarzan. Never been a huge fan. But when you put a writer on there and he brings that character to life and actually makes a compelling story or a narrative, and then you can include that the kind of old school art, man, does it just I don't know what it is. I just can't put the book down, and I'm eagerly waiting for the next one. Conan the Barbarian versus zombies. They're like, I hate zombies. Like, people hate symbiotes. I'm like, zombies, dude. It's Savage Land. Dude, the best thing, the reason I like zombies fits so well in a book like this during the barbarian times, is because it's all hack and slash. The guy has a sword. I want to see him to dismember people. Same with Red Sonja. I want to see heads rolling. I want to see arms coming off. I want people run through with swords. I want to see people lit on fire. I want to see all the true. If you're a barbarian, you have to act like a barbarian. None of that's where you're just like, I'm a wandering guy and you don't really fight that much and you just drink and and then maybe make out with a woman. Like, no, that's like, what? No, I want this. I want him just basically this being what he is, a barbarian. They're called savages. They're called barbarians for a reason. Because they're not very nice people. I mean, dude, like he's covered in blood on here. He's got the sword, and the axe here. I want him just going like, just remembering people, flirting with women, being as toxic as he can, because toxic masculinity is just, it just triggers so many people for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, Like I said, this is the cover I am getting. I'm getting the Conan. That's why it's on the thumbnail this week. I just love that dude. Look at the detail.
I want to see if he's not fighting a tiger inside that book. I'm going to be
lions,
really
tigers, and bears. Oh my! Where's the bear? Oh wait, he's doing the bear over there. Conan is a bear. Oh yeah. Manko wants to see some Mortal Kombat stuff, gruesome kills. I want to see fatalities. I want to see someone's spine put out of the back of their body, just rip it out. I mean, I want people to see like, holy shit, like when you, for those who played the game Halo, when you're playing it and they're like, the little guys come, you're like, holy shit, it's the demon, and they run away from you, they're screaming. I want people when they see Conan, they're like, oh shit, it's this guy, this is, he's the most badass in the land, and just like I see it works for him. Now for like Red Sonja, it doesn't really work as well, because Red Sonja is basically like, people are fooled there and they're like, oh, it's she's a hot babe, until she starts like slaughtering you. So I mean, like I said, if you're gonna call yourself a barbarian, you're gonna, in the barbarian times, I want savagery, I want brutality, I want deaths, I want blood, I want gore. Not Al Gore though. I just want you to live up to what the name is. Otherwise, get rid of the barbarian. Just call him Conan, and have him put him behind a desk, and he can just interview people.
Well, now I know not to get RDV angry at me, because he'll probably like dismember me 5 different ways.
No.
I want blood. I want decapitations. I want gore. Blah, 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 blah.
I gave up that life a while ago. That was last week.
Yeah, you gave up because I wasn't around to target. That's why.
I would never target you at all, Zach. I need someone to hold my drinks and to hold on, everything for me.
That's what little Rhaegar is for. I don't do that.
Is Zach Undead Quinn?
No.
And speaking of Undead Quinn, he had a nap.
Yeah, I saw that. He popped up. He's getting 3 books this week.
Yay!
He's getting Pink Elephant #2, The Devil's Cut #1, and Plot Holes #1. Good pick.
I almost skipped you. I was like, let's go to trades. No, I forgot you.
Dang! Yeah, I've still got one. Thanks. All right, counting down from the top. My number 5 is Action Comics presents Doomsday Special #1 by Dan Watters.
Do you want me to go to Moon Knight?
My number 4 is Night Terrors, Night's End #1, the finale of Night Terrors. My number 3 is Conan the Barbarian, which you just heard RDP praising. My number 2 is Plot Holes #1. Why are you on Moon Knight? That's not my number 1 book.
I'm just looking at it.
Misleading people. My number 1 is Ultimate Invasion #3 by Jonathan Hickman and Brian Hitch.
I was looking at the number 1 book. I'm sorry. Go to number 3.
Wait, is that seriously like the number 1 most popular?
Yeah,
book?
the annual list. Jed McKay's back.
What the?
Because Dave proposed off the stupid other book, and now they have Jed McKay back, right in the annual.
Well, no, Dave Proposed is writing like the mini spinoff, the City of the Dead story.
So we've been deprived of Jed McKay of the Moon Knight book. It's been a while.
It's been like a month. It hasn't been that long. Anyway, Ultimate Invasion. Yeah, so this last issue was kind of cool. What happened was the Maker found an Earth, and he caught it like early in its inception, and he kind of stopped a lot of events. So like he stopped Peter Parker from becoming Spider-Man. He stopped the Fantastic Four from going into space and getting hit with the cosmic radiation. So he stopped a bunch of superpowers and super beings from being created. Still a few that slipped through the cracks, though, mainly the ones you see on the cover here. And so now there are still some heroes, though, that are rebelling against the Maker, against this evil Reed Richards. And so you see in the synopsis in here, we have Kang the Conqueror. We have Tony Stark, Doctor Doom, which is I'm super. Jonathan Hickman writes Doctor Doom really, really well. And so Doom against an evil Reed Richards, like 2 villains going at it against each other. sounds like a book that I really want to read from Hickman. But the stuff about Iron Man and Kang, that's all cool too. All of this too is leading to, we think, the rumors are that it's leading to like this whole new Ultimate line that's going to be coming out down the road. Marvel's going to try to see if they can capture that lightning in a bottle again. We'll see. Maybe. Who can tell? But
and Stephanie Phillips will be on it.
Don't even joke.
Danny Lower. Don't
even joke like that. No, keep them on the mainstream X-Men books. That's where they need to be.
And then it'll have Mid Duggan.
I thought that you liked him on Iron Man.
On Iron Man, but on X-Men.
I think he also did the Uncanny Avengers book, which wasn't terrible. It was pretty mid. But anyway, this is great. Brian Hitch's art is fantastic. That's what you see right there on the cover A. Like I said, these are some of the characters and some of the heroes they kind of, despite the maker's best efforts, they still managed to slip through the cracks. So you've got like Silver Samurai, Sunfire, Magic, Colossus. A lot of them still manage to still become heroes. It makes for there's some really great artwork. There's some really cool, like Jonathan Hickman does sci-fi really, really well. He makes like the science sound like logical and kind of realistic. So he does really well with this type of material. So really looking forward to seeing how he wraps this up, because I think it's only like 4 or 5 issues. And then we go straight into like the new Ultimate Universe. So yeah, really, really cool.
Thoughts on Brian Michael Bendis returning to writing Miles Morales?
What is the matter with you? Actually, I don't know if I would mind that so much.
Because that was the book he was writing well.
He created Miles.
And wrote it well.
He wrote it well. He wrote that well. I think he also wrote. Didn't he create Jessica Jones? I thought he created Jessica Jones.
Yeah, and I think as well as Dust was the other one.
No, he didn't make Dust. Dust was Grant Morrison and Ethan Van Sciver.
Oh, okay, yeah, Van Sciver. Yeah. But I mean, if you're bringing back the titles, put Miles back in as Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that they'll do that. I think that Miles will still, because Miles isn't with the Maker. The Maker offered Miles a spot, and Miles said no.
But you damn well know that he's a dangling fruit. You're gonna have him probably appear with at the end.
Man, me. Who can tell? I don't want to. With Hickman, I don't think I could guess. He's one of those writers I don't think I could predict how he'll wrap up the story. But yeah, I mean, look, if he wants to come back and write Miles Morales, he created the character. I don't see any reason to
honestly, that's the one character I wouldn't mind him being on, because he can't fuck it up any more than the other people have fucked up after him.
He did pretty good with Guardians of the Galaxy. He did all right. He even did like the Netflix Defenders. That was all right, even because that was a bunch of characters he had written before. It was Jessica Jones, Daredevil. Mm-hmm. I don't think he had written Iron Fist or Luke Cage, but he had written them on New Avengers. Which was also pretty good, pretty entertaining. But I think he definitely has a better track record with Marvel than he has at DC by far. But I don't know that he will come back. I think that he might just, if he's smart, I think he'll do what a lot of other comic creators are doing and go more creator owned, like make his own stuff, like you see with Scott Snyder, Jeff Johns.
Hickman's back. What other creators are pretty much left Marvel and are not working at DC now?
Left Marvel and they're not at DC? I mean, some of them.
I was just saying, another character, another writer that just recently has come back and with soon is Straczynski.
Straczynski's coming back with Captain America. I mean, even Peter David, Chris Claremont, Simonson, like they brought them back for like these mini-series.
I don't think they'll get Mark Millar at all, because Mark Millar is kind of anti multiverse.
I think that Mark Millar is doing a Superman book for DC.
No, but I mean, as far as coming back to Marvel, the Ultimate stuff.
I think if they offered him a chance, I think he would. He has said that his stuff is the best stuff coming out of Marvel, that has come out of Marvel.
Yeah,
like his Ultimate stuff was good. His Spider-Man run is good, I've heard.
Yeah, Bendis on his own, like Jinx World and stuff, that doesn't sell. But like I said, when he was writing for Marvel back in the day, or wrote stuff before, they let him go all crazy over DC.
Yeah,
he wasn't that bad. I mean,
he really wasn't.
He was. I gotta say that I think it was his run that ruined Iron Man, or at least
Iron Man wasn't great. His new X-Men, where it was like the 5 original ones that time traveled, that one wasn't great. He had ups and downs and mids.
And the one thing I gotta say though is about having Ultimate Invasion, or not Ultimate Invasion, but Ultimate Line, is the fact it's not the main universe. So if he wants to deconstruct over there, I don't really care. It's when you put him on a book that has already established characters, so much lore, so much built up, stakes and all these characters and all past stuff, and then completely ignore it and break it down.
Yeah.
It worked for New Avengers, but did not work for Justice League. Did not work for Legion. No, like I said, I'd only trust Bendis with Miles Morales because it's better than Ahmed's, whatever name it was Saladin Ahmed was writing it.
Saladin Ahmed, yeah.
Ahmed, whatever. Kill you. Yeah, and then I forgot who else was writing afterward, but no, I wouldn't trust him on that. But we're getting too much off track here. I only got 10 more minutes and I gotta go. But so yeah, any final thoughts on this?
I can't wait. That's my final thoughts. I think it'll be great.
I'll just say I'm gonna think they're really saying Dr. Doom the Anti-Maker. I think it's not gonna be the main Dr. Doom. I think it's gonna be Dr. Doom from a different universe.
I want to say the Anti-Maker is a name he already had, but I could be
because we're only 3 issues in out of how many?
4 or 5. It's not a long series.
Well, I guess it might be a Doom that he just kind of like takes care of,
Maybe
it eliminates at the end of this, but who knows?
Could be. Who knows?
Because but anyway, all right, we're gonna go over to the trades coming out this week. Superman for All Seasons hardcover, Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. Yeah, if you want it, I've never read it, but I've never heard anybody say anything bad about it. It's $100 through DC, but if you go to In Stock Trades, our favorite site, you get it for about 70 to 60% off, probably. So you're looking at probably like what, between $50 or $60,
maybe, or maybe 70 with shipping.
It might be less.
Yeah.
But anyway, Scarlet Witch.
I think that's the Steve Orlando book.
It is. Venom Modern Era Epic Collection, Agent Venom. Now that might be something to collect.
That new Avengers Modern Era collection looks pretty cool. That was one of my first Avengers books. Actually,
you notice they're putting Modern Era.
Yeah,
it's like they're really. I'm saying it's like, if you hate Modern Era, this book's not for you. Let's go over here to Phantom Stranger though.
Yeah,
Phantom Stranger though, Omnibus. There you go.
That's cool.
That looks interesting. Out of everything I've just seen on here so far, it has the good DC logo, so it actually might be good. John Broom, Mike Frederick, Robert Canhair, art by Conrad Infantino, Bill Drott, Dan Spiegel, and other first edition 1952. Nice. Phantom Stranger from 1952, 1 through 6. Then the 1969 run, 1 through 141, or actually 1 through 41. Batman and the Outsiders, number 8. Brave and the Bold, number 89, 98, 145. DC Comics presents. Dude, this looks great. If you were a fan of old school, this is this is what you want to get. 12,000. Oh wow, 1,248 pages.
It's a lot.
And Neil Adams does the cover art, and yeah, look, Marie Javins, someone who worked on comics back in the day. Dude, just that cover alone, that I've never read Phantom Stranger, but what I've heard from Angleton over at I Love Comics, Breen, and a few others, it's fun. And I just love this old school kind of like a Hammer horror kind of a thing,
Yeah.
Girl with a candle, Victorian, and like being haunted, and there's thing really creepy,
The creepy finger. Yeah.
I never read this. I'm probably gonna go get it. All right. We'll go now. We have The Joker Volume 2, which we're gonna skip. Nightclub Volume 1. If you have not read this,
great book. Great freaking book.
Read it right now before you get Big game
before,
comes out.
Before Mark Millar probably wrecks it. I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but he could. That Fantastic Four Epic Collection, that's kind of cool.
Roy Thomas, Gary Conway, Basama Perez is on here too as well.
Very cool.
Supreme Red Sun. Wow, Mark Millar.
Speaking of Mark Millar,
reprint for that.
Nice. That's a good story.
Oh, Castellucci Batgirl. Yay. Night Watch, you can skip. Electra, you can skip. You can skip this too. Oh my God! Look at this.
Oh, I'm looking at that Kang Dynasty.
No, I'm looking at this right here. Look at this. EC Archives, There's so many good freaking trades coming out this week. Breen's like
that's from Dark Horse. That's not DC. That's
Breen's like, I can't spend any more money. Avengers Omnibus, yes. This is just a collector of Kang stuff, but I would go for this Omnibus. This is just all Avenger stuff.
Yeah, that Omnibus looks really cool. The Kang Dynasty also looks really cool. You got some good books in there.
Creepy. What? Are you kidding me? No.
Invincible Iron Man too.
Yeah.
Volume 1.
Wow, that looks, dude.
Darkwing Duck.
Yep.
James Bond.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at all these freaking.
That's a cool omnibus cover. That Avengers. That's a cool cover.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow. There's the other Iron Man of variants. Yeah. Marvel Voices gets a trade. What the? No. It should be thrown into the trash. I'm sorry. I don't want Marvel Voices or DC's and all or other voices or all that BS. Quit putting your propaganda in the comic books. It's like going to a doctor's office. Look, the Avengers are saying I should get my teeth cleaned. I don't want that shit. It's like, all right. Already Clockwork. Okay, let's look at I'm not sure who that is, but it looks like it's Sherlock Holmes. All right, that's it for this week, man. Hope you guys had fun. Maybe you saw something that you actually like in here. I mean, I saw a lot of good stuff in the trades versus just what's coming out this week.
RDB's gonna have a whole lot of hardcovers when we see him on Thursday.
this Thursday, we're getting hard.
I don't like that at all.
That's the new tagline this Thursday. I'm hard for hardcovers. I don't know about you. All right, guys, that is it for this week, man. Hope you guys had fun. Yeah. Check over in about three minutes. I Love Comics. I'll be over there. We're gonna have a special little Marvel RPG, continuing that story going on there. Zach is gonna go play basketball and learn out that he can't jump because he's white.
I can't jump because I don't need to. I'm 6'2". All I gotta do is stand on my tiptoes. And
white men can't jump, okay?
I'm tanned. I am not white. I am tanned now, maybe a little bit right here, but
it was more sunburned.
I played basketball for like 2 years in high school, so
literally it looks like you're either gonna go wrestle for high school team.
Okay. All right, this was a bad idea for an experiment. Next time you see me, I'll be wearing a
Rhaegar. That is just too much. Wow, that's just too much. Okay, all right.
No, that's pretty par for the course with Rhaegar.
all right. So you guys know the drill. If you like this, let this banter, love what we're talking about here. Please click like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the notification bell so you get all the alerts when we go live. Also, check out the description below in the video. It actually gives you all our basically our Twitter handle, social media links. You can see so you can follow us because we're always posting on Twitter when we're going live, so you know. And also gives you a chance to talk to us when we're not on here. So if you want to questions, concerns, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram. If you want to help the channel, you can also do a couple things. You can leave a comment. Let us know what you guys are excited for this week. It was always fun to look forward to. I know Rafe does it, and I believe Undead Quinn has done it a few times, I'm sure. But also go to ko-fi.com/Palpatine. Drop it. If you want to help out the channel that way, you can basically donate money to us. You don't have to do a lot. You can do at least $1. And by donating $1 or more, basically, you guys can help us choose our next readings, which we do on Fridays and on Sundays, which are fun. But check us back on Thursday night. We'll be doing a follow-up to this, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's our follow-up stream. Geekies will be here. So will Eric Breen, and then Joe from Joe's Geek Show. All right. I hope you guys had fun. Laters.
Bye, guys.